God wants to elevate you, there are three major things that will happen in your life, and you may not be able to understand it when it starts happening, but at the end of it, you will understand that this is actually what God is doing. Number one, you go through pruning. And that in that pruning, what God does to you is what? He begins to cut things off. He begins to cut some relationships off. He begins to take away opportunities. He begins to take away some habits. Then in your life, you begin to see, this habit, I just want to drop it. So those things begin to happen in your life. And God, when God is doing this, it's not that He is doing it to punish you. He is actually doing it so that He can position you for the excellency of the Spirit of God, of what He is about to do in your life. Talking about something very important, which is what? When God wants to elevate you, the things that happen around you. When God wants to elevate you, there are three major things that will happen in your life, and you may not be able to understand when it starts happening, but at the end of it, you will understand that this is actually what God is doing. Number one, you go through pruning. And that in that pruning, what God does to you is what? He begins to cut things off. He begins to cut some relationships off. He begins to take away opportunities. He begins to take away some habits. Then in your life, you begin to see, this habit, I just want to drop it. So those things begin to happen in your life. And God, when God is doing this, it's not that He is doing it to punish you. He is actually doing it so that He can position you for the excellency of the Spirit of God, of what He is about to do in your life. That's one beautiful thing about God, because He's an excellent God. And when He wants to deal with you, He wants that excellency that He embodies to also show in you. So He begins to prune things that should not be in your life, even relationships that should not be in your life. So when you're going through this phase of pruning, don't see it as you're going through so many rejection, job opportunity rejection, or rejection of any form. No, what you should be telling yourself at this stage is what? I am going through what? A relational change, and God is doing what? Redirecting me. So don't see it as rejection, see it as what? A redirection that God is doing in your life. And that brings us to what? To step 2, which is what? One of the hardest one, and that is a call to obedience. So God begins to call you what? To obedience. And at this stage, He begins to bring things that you may not even know exist in your life, and He will begin to tell you to deal with them. He can remind you of an offense you are keeping secretly in one part of your heart. He will say you should let go, forgive, and forget. And when God is doing, it's not usually easy, because I'm saying it now as though it's easy. No, I've been there and I know it's not easy. He begins to bring those things that has been hidden, or you are wondering, this thing, how do I get rid of it? He will bring it to you and say, you need to let go. And once He points at a thing, His grace is usually sufficient for you to let go. The only thing you need to do is to lean into the grace that He has made available for you to go through that phase. So when He begins to call you to obedience, you have to do what? To obey. And at this stage, He also begins to bring some things that you need to act by faith, not by sight. God can bring opportunities your way, and He needs you to act by faith. He can begin to tell you, okay, start that project. He can begin to tell you, start writing that book. He can begin to tell you, stand up, move, go and meet this person. And that's the truth, because when He said, behold, I will do a new thing, by the time He has finished pruning you, He's calling you to obedience, so that He can see how much you can trust Him as you are going through those phases. So it won't always make sense when God is calling you to obedience. That's the truth. It won't always make sense, but your obedience is what unlocks your next level. So as He's calling you to that obedience, and you are obeying, you will know that you are actually getting to your next level. And what is that next level? Which brings us to what? The stage 3, which is what? Sudden elevation. When that sudden elevation comes, you will be wondering, what exactly happened? How did I get here? And that's what, because you have acted in obedience, you did not act by sight, you acted what? By faith. So when that elevation comes, it comes after you have gone through pruning and obedience. And it comes like a breakthrough. Doors begin to open. Promotion begins to come. Blessings flows all at once. As in, sometimes you may even be overwhelmed because they are so sudden, but they are only sudden to you. They are not sudden to God. Because he knew this is what I want to do in my child's life. And that's why all this while he was preparing you so that you can get ready for that sudden elevation that is going to come. He needed you to come to that level of humility, because the truth is, obeying God takes a whole lot of humility, because human, we have ego and we have pride. And for you to get to that level where you are willing to lay it bare and follow God, it takes a whole lot of humility. And that's why he needs to take you through that stage, so that when the elevation comes, you will not be overtaken by what? Pride. So that sudden elevation is only sudden to you because you are human, but it's not sudden to God because he has prepared you for that. So all the challenges you've been going through, all the pruning and all the call to obedience was just God preparing you for the sudden elevation. And when he exalts you, is just because you have passed all the stages, and it is now time for him to do what? To exalt you. So all the preparation that you go through is because you have humbled yourself. And I urge you today, is God is calling you to obedience. Please humble yourself under him, and what? Allow him to be the one to exalt you in due time. And that brings me to tell you, you can read it in the book of 1 Peter 5:6-7, where it says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. So no matter how difficult your life is now, the only thing I want you to do what? Is cast your cares upon God. He careth for you, and he makes everything beautiful in due season. I hope this helps you when you are looking at, will God remember me? Yes, he will remember you. And this is an opportunity for you to look out for and say, yes, the Lord has remembered me today. And if this has blessed you, I want you to send it to somebody that may be going through pruning and is wondering, this is too much for me to handle. No, it's not too much for you to handle. It is God preparing you for the excellency of his work, and he will do that in due season. Thank you. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, share, and like. This is the only way you can support me